Hey everybody, Special Agent 9 here with the Blackwater Bandits, and you may have noticed that Red Dead Online is no longer in beta. So let's talk about all the new stuff that you can do and some of the cool stuff that we've figured out. So one of the first things that you'll notice about this update is the yellow missions are back. There are 5 brand new yellow missions altogether, and they will be appearing on your map as an opportunity that you can go and complete. The first time you do the yellow missions, of course, you will get a lot of money. The next time you repeat them, not so much. There are also new stranger missions, new clothes, new features, and of course, the daily challenges have been reworked, which we will get into a little bit later. First, we're going to talk about offensive and defensive mode. These are brand new modes in the game. Defensive mode is not passive mode. If you're a GTA player, this does not mean that people cannot shoot you. They still can shoot you. Defensive mode is not really that great. It's not going to stop people from griefing you. It certainly hasn't stopped them from griefing me. Maybe the Lamette revolver will stop them from griefing you, however. This is the first gun that was introduced in the out of beta update, and we're going to take a closer look at it here. Dude Riz is going to get that gun all fixed up for you so you can get a look at how it looks when it's upgraded. This is a very powerful weapon. It has a surprisingly good range for a hand weapon like this, and fixes up really nice. It is well worth the time and money that you will spend fixing it up. So let's take a look at how this weapon shoots. As you can see, it has a pretty fast rate of fire. It is pretty powerful, and the cool thing about the Lamette is that you can switch over and pop off a shotgun shell. So you can go from bullets to shotgun with the touch of a button. The drawback of this gun is, as you saw right there, it's pretty slow to reload. But it's a great gun. We do recommend it. Let's take a look at some other new stuff that came out with the out of beta update. There's a bunch of new clothes. Dude Rizza and I will model those for you now. Some new outfits, this cool new hat. There's all kinds of new clothes in this update. Boots, vests, shirts, anything you want to wear, including a furry hat. You need to get a furry hat of some kind, obviously. I don't know how we've managed to go so long in the game without one. Finally, they're available. There's a knit cap available. A poncho is available. Apparently, this was a fan request. Lots of people asked for the poncho. You asked for it, you've got it. A great leather jacket with some cool piping on it. I think it looks amazing. New pants, new boots with tassels. You're not going to go wrong with fringe. That's just a basic law of fashion. You cannot go wrong with fringe. We have these very embellished boots available in all kinds of colors. And of course, furry chaps. Finally, right? Furry chaps. There are also some new bandana colors and patterns that were just added. Make sure you go into the bandanas and take a look at what's new there. There are no new accessories other than the bandanas. There's no suspenders, there's no spurs. A lot of your little items are not there, but there are some pretty good big ticket items, including this vest. There are some different items for the female characters and some that are exactly the same. There's a new outfit and another new outfit. Those both look pretty good. Some new skirts, obviously, these 2 skirts here. And once you buy all the single pieces you want, you can put together some pretty good outfits. Maybe featuring this vest, which also came out. Another new skirt that came out. And as you can see for yourself, new boots. There are many different clothing items that you can buy to put together all the different looks that you want. There are also 2 new saddles that have been added to the game. These are very unique designs. As you can see, we're showing you both of them right here. You can get them in multiple colors, and you can add upgrades to them, such as improved saddlebags and stirrups, and they do have new saddlebag patterns and colors. which we're going to take a look at here as well. As you can see, for the first time we have like some furry print saddlebags that look really, really cool. So these new saddles are pretty nice. The stats are very good. They have new pommel horns that you can add in different designs. So we're going to take a look at both those saddles here. You can see my lovely Arabian horse with a new saddle and Boom's Arabian horse with a new saddle. Here's another look at the new saddle, courtesy of Dude Rizza. So pick yourself up one of those if you get the chance. Of course, one of the biggest new additions to the out of beta update is poker. Texas Hold'em has been added to online. You can play this one of two ways. You can start a private table between yourself and your friends. If you do this, you can remain in party chat with your friends and talk trash to them or whatever you want to do. Or you can join a public lobby and join a public poker game. Now, if you do this, you cannot be in Xbox party chat anymore. I guess they want to cut down on cheating, so you can't play that with your friends. We do have a Texas Hold'em video coming up to give you a bunch of poker playing tips, so keep your eyes peeled for that, and we will show you how to rule the poker tables. Another big change is the daily challenges. Rockstar has completely reworked the dailies. The menu is different, and they are now progressive. If you do 7 daily challenges in a row, then the amount of gold that you get for completing daily challenges will go up. It goes up again at 14, 21, and 28 days, and you'll get big time gold bonuses. And if you hit that 28-day marker, you'll also get a treasure map. They have added new belt buckles to reflect daily challenge victories. You can take a look at those here. So it's a lot of stuff going on with the dailies. It's very, very lucrative now to get your dailies done, particularly the progressive bonus. And you don't have to do all 7 dailies in order to get it. You only have to do 1 daily every day to get that bonus, so it's definitely well worth the time. Some things about fishing have changed. The mechanics of fishing itself has not. That's all the same, but you may notice now that you can break down the fish in your bag and cook some fish fillets. They've got flaky fish, succulent fish, and those are the better fish, and then just plain fish. So that's 3 different new fish meats that you can cook and have in your bag, but only after you break down the fish that are in your bag, such as you would with squirrels or the small birds. There are also a couple of new posse versus modes. You can now stage your own posse biggest fish contest, an herb picking contest, or a bird hunting contest. And all you have to do is be the posse leader and launch one of these events. And then you can compete amongst yourselves in a different sort of posse versus, which is kind of fun. And you'll actually see these pop up as daily challenges as well. So it's good to know how to do them. And you're probably going to end up doing them at some point anyway if you're trying to do your dailies. You do not have to break down and cook the fish that you catch. It's still pretty lucrative to sell fish to the butcher whole. You can still make quite a bit of money that way. When you do want to look for slightly larger fish, your trout that are going to yield you the succulent fish meat, go up to the Dakota River near the falls, and you should be able to find several good-sized fish who will give you that succulent meat that you want. There are also 4 and 5 pound fish, so it's a good spot to go to during any biggest fish challenge. Let's take a look at it on the map. All through this area is where you can find your trout and your salmon. It's going to give you that succulent fish meat. You do still need to do free roam events. These are the tasks that pop up on your screen periodically, and you accept them and you go into a situation where you have to kill other people. There's always some objective at play as well. Whether you have to deliver horses somewhere or get some armor, there's always something going on. Essentially what you'll have to do is either simply participate in one of these, kill people in one of these, or kill people in one of these in a specific fashion, such as hitting them in the head with a bow. Just wait for these to pop off. You can go in there with your other crew members and just try to get it done and do the best you can. With luck, maybe you'll win, and you can get a little bit of money and gold from doing these, so it's not a huge waste of time, and they do often pop up as a requirement of your dailies. You may still have to participate in or place in a race. We did talk about racing in our video that we did about making money, and again in our daily tips video. The best way to win at racing is to have a really fast horse and to have a little bit of good luck. It also helps if your crew members go with you and they can sort of sabotage everybody else while trying to help you get up there towards the lead, but you didn't hear that from me. The best thing I can say about the racing is that at least it goes quick. It's full contact racing. Try to use your left joystick button to give your horse a stamina boost as you race along. Try to be maneuverable and kill your opponents when you get the chance. That's the best way to win at a race. And if you don't have the right horse to enter the race, or after you get out of it, or any other time, I'm just going to show you a quick trick here for how you can actually call a different horse to you while you're out and about in the world of Red Dead. This is another new feature you need to know about. You can't call your mechanic the way you did in GTA, but you can just pull open your stables under your interactive menu and just select a different horse, make that your active horse, and it'll show up inside of 1 minute. We're showing this all to you in real time so you can see exactly how it plays out and how quickly, or not so quickly, it will take you to swap out your horse. An element that you may have loved or hated in story mode has now made it into the world of online. Random people with problems may show up on your map at any time as small white dots. They will attempt to flag you down and ask you for assistance in some way, or some of them will try to rob you. You can also run into camps that need protecting and random ambushes that are happening, typically with someone at the center of the drama whom you are charged with saving. If these NPCs who are asking for help die, you will not complete the mission. You will not get paid. You will be able, however, to loot all the bodies of the bad guys that you kill, and sometimes they will have treasure maps for you. And if you do complete these little missions that appear on your map at will, you'll get a little bit of money and some gold nuggets, and sometimes it's actually required of you to do these as part of a daily mission. There are some static locations where these events will pop off. We may get into showing you some of those later, but as for now, your best bet is to simply ride along on roads and listen. If you hear somebody shouting out for you and asking you for help, one of these missions is happening. You can stop and participate in it if you like, and if not, you can ignore it. You can also look for plumes of smoke in the sky if you want to find one of these camps to defend. As you can see, Dudrissa approaching. It's a long, tall column of smoke. They are also present, however, at hideouts and towns and various other locations. So if you see a plume of smoke and you chase it, it's not always going to be a camp to defend, but sometimes it will be. One interesting thing that we did discover about these little dynamic missions, I did stop to save one of these strangers, and he was being ambushed. My horse ended up getting killed. There goes my horse. You can see it fall on the ground over there. I'm killing people, and then I run over to revive my horse, but it's not necessary. The NPC that I'm here to rescue has already revived it for me. So that's a good thing to know. Sometimes the NPCs will do you a solid. Not bad at all. We also learned that you don't have to be physically present at every one of these events in order to reap the benefits. If a posse member completes one of these dynamic missions and you're sort of close by, you'll get money and gold even if you actually had nothing to do with it. Do you remember the crazy brother and sister from story mode? Because they're back. There are several new stranger missions. These are the pinkish circular missions on your map. There are several of these, and some of them bring back characters that you will definitely remember from story mode. The missions themselves are all pretty much the same as what you've seen before. Steal a horse, steal a boat, deliver something, kill some guys. None of that has really changed, but it is somewhat fun to see some of these old faces and characters that you remember fondly or not so fondly from your various story mode exploits. And these stranger missions pay okay money. You'll get a little bit of gold from doing them, so they are worth your time if you're looking for something kind of fun to do that may be challenging at times, because these missions do play out in a free roam world and other people can come up and affect the outcome of that mission. Remember that if you're supposed to be bad, then be bad and kill everybody. If you're supposed to be good, then do your best to tie up your victims instead of killing them, so that you can get your maximum payout every time. This is an example of one such honorable mission where we have been specifically instructed to try to avoid bloodshed. So we all take our ropes out and we're just going to tie up our victims here. Even if you'd rather kill everybody, and most of the time you probably rather would, you will get more money if you follow the instructions that the mission giver gives you. There's also a new mission up in the snow near the Lake Isabella area with somebody you may recognize, again from story mode. The objective of this particular mission is to seek out a specific wagon and then carry out the other objectives of the mission in order to complete it. Everything's pretty straightforward as far as these go. They will tell you instructions, the story givers. So they'll tell you what to do. You'll see instructions on your screen. Just follow them, and you should be able to complete these fairly easily in order to get money and rewards. One trick to these is that often the longer you take, the more money you will be rewarded for completing them, which seems a little bit backwards. You should get more money for doing them quickly and efficiently, but you will actually get a bigger payout if you take your time. So try to take about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, spend some time hunting. You don't have to rush to get these done, because it's actually in your best interest to kind of lollygag a little bit, honestly. Another familiar face you'll see in these new story missions is everybody's favorite gunslinger, Belle, who is still pretty crazy acting, but you certainly wouldn't want to get on her bad side. So just do whatever she says to do, and you'll be okay. Everything that you do in Red Dead Online is easier if you do it with a group of people that you can speak to. Get into a party together, get organized, communicate. It's much easier when you don't go it alone. Of course, sometimes even having a crew can complicate matters, especially when Boom is trying to get into a wagon successfully. But it is always better to have a group with you that you can talk to. With that said, let's take a quick look at Overrun. This is the featured series that came out with the new update, and it will be part of Showdown Series Small from now on, just like all the other featured series that come our way in Red Dead. Overrun is played out in a series of bouts. The first team that wins 3 bouts will win the entire match. Now this can play out as 0-3, 2-3, any number of ways. Your objective is always to capture as many territories as possible for your team. Kills only matter when it comes down to a dead heat tie. In that case, the team that has the most kills will win. The new featured series update came with some fun new animations, so you have a lot more stuff to add to your captures and your YouTube videos as a result. You also have to press down on the D-pad now to get a look at the leaderboard at the end of every match, and that goes for Showdown Series Small and Large. So we're just going to take a look at one of the other Overrun maps here, and we will have a video of Overrun coming out later, so you'll get some specific tips about how to win specifically in this game mode, which can be pretty fun, particularly if you're able to communicate with your people that you're running with. Thanks for watching. We hope this video helped you. Please subscribe to our channel to get lots more tutorials, fun stuff, and everything you want for the world of Red Dead Redemption Online. We are the Blackwater Bandits.